There are only a few metal bands that spark an outpouring of rage and debate, but one absolutely enrages millions: Metallica. Are you one of the pissed off fans? Do you hate their new music? In this video, we will unveil the 3 things that pissed off Metallica fans here on Real Brave Live.
On April 13th, the year 2000, Metallica filed a lawsuit against the file-sharing company Napster. Are you familiar with this, guys?
I was 18 years old and downloading a ton of music illegally. So this was a big deal to me at the time.
I was 10 years old and had just downloaded my very own copy of Mrs. Robinson by the Beatles.
All those lovely misappropriations on...
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Metallica alleged that Napster was guilty of copyright infringement and racketeering. Basically, by the year 2000, record companies had found out too late that this was a thing, and now they were royally screwed. So Metallica versus Napster was the first highly publicized incident of a band suing a peer-to-peer software company, and encouraged several other high-profile artists to sue Napster as well. Here's the thing. There are comments on our channel and this one short that we have that has hundreds of thousands of views, that Metallica pissed off their fans because they sued them.
They sued their fans?
That they sued their fans.
Wow.
And the fans are mad about that.
Yeah.
Because is it true? Let's find out. What do you think?
Is there anything more metal than hardcore litigation?
It's terrible. Okay. Is it true? So on July 11th, 2000, Metallica's drummer, Lars Ulrich, testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Ulrich accused Napster of copyright infringement during his testimony. What?
Is there anything more metal than the phrase Senate Judiciary Committee? Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think so. Do you want to play that music behind this? Because this is right up your alley. All right. There we go. In the same year, Metallica discovered that the demo of their song I Disappear was being played on the radio, and this freaked them out. Metallica traced a leak of their song to a file on Napster's peer-to-peer file-sharing network. No, how did Napster work, Brian?
The way Napster worked for the children watching out there is if Dan had 100 songs on his computer and Kevin had 100 on his and I have 100 on mine, we would all be on Napster. And if I have a song Dan wants and he searches for it, it's going to show up that I have it. He can download it from me.
Right.
So it was people sharing their libraries among not just friends, but strangers. And this is happening specifically on college campuses with super fast internet speeds where people were downloading just hundreds and thousands of songs a night. I mean, that's how I learned about so many bands, because it was a great way to learn about music, right? But obviously it's illegal. And
Obviously it's illegal. Was it back then?
You wouldn't steal a car, would you, Dan?
Well, no, but if I could download a car and then drive it, I would.
Yeah, that'd be really easy.
There are lots of moral loopholes here. I remember at the time feeling like, well, if I'm being charged $18 for 10 songs on a CD, they can afford a couple of downloads on the back end of that, right?
Yeah, that's what you're thinking. You and a million other people.
Yes, exactly. And obviously that's problematic, but that was where my mind was at the time.
All right, let's get that music back up there, Kevin. So Metallica aimed to secure a minimum of $10 million in damages. This is where the suing comes in, okay? NetPD compiled a comprehensive list of 335,435 Napster users who were allegedly sharing Metallica's songs online. Metallica demanded was that 300,000 users were banned from Napster. People thought that Metallica sued their fans. No, what they ended up doing, and there's a famous picture of Lars bringing a stack of paperwork like this to the hearing. But they got all those fans banned from Napster, no longer able to download the songs. So the second thing that really pissed Metallica's fans off is the album Lulu. The album Lulu, I want to start with this quote from Lars Ulrich. We're both outsiders. We've always hovered in our own autonomous little bubble, whatever. And if you look at Lou's career, he's always been on the periphery and the fringes. I guess he's saying they were too. So they got together after playing together at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think it was. For peers, the pairing inevitably named Lutalica. Lou Reed said that he had these songs that he wanted to do for a very long time, and he basically wanted a band like Metallica to be the backing band.
Well, then
for the band,
he should have got a singer from Metallica too.
This is an idea I've always had forever, said Mr. Reed. and it needed a very, very powerful backing, so it would make sense if you listen to it. The backing's there. It doesn't make any sense though. And they were right off the bat. I mean, if you listen to it,
Singing is in quotes.
singing is in quotes.
Yeah, to say what I said before we started rolling, it sounds like somebody doing very bad karaoke to Metallica.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my opinion. No shade on Lou Reed. Actually, a lot of shade on Lou Reed and Metallica.
He's no longer with us, so it's okay.
But, I mean, I love the Velvet Underground. I love Lou Reed's solo career. It just sounded way out of place.
So it sounds like it's spoken word poetry that is just clumsily put on top of Metallica.
It's an adaptation of 2 plays by the proto-expressionist writer Frank Wedekind, who also wrote Spring Awakening, about a serial femme fatale who becomes a prostitute and is killed by Jack the Ripper. I don't get anything from that when you listen to it.
But surely you've seen the original work from which it's derived.
No.
Oh.
Surely I haven't.
Okay.
And don't call me Shirley.
Surely a lot of people have, I bet. No? Weird that this wasn't a successful album.
Well, Mr. Reed typically would sell about 67,000 albums. And he even said, I don't do this for selling albums. Like when I put out something, I do it for the art. Fine. I can get with that. That's totally cool.
What is a million? A million is platinum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, all right.
250,000 is like
But
Gold
butter.
Gold is 500. So what is that? Yeah. Silver,
I don't know.
butter. I like butter.
I like butter too.
Surely though, he must have known. Like he could have gotten any cobbling of metal people, metal musicians, right? And done this without pissing off, 100,000 people or however big. Metallica
Millions,
is.
dude. Millions. Yeah. People you see the comments. It's like I can't even describe the
It
comments.
makes you wonder if he did it on purpose. Watch this.
Or maybe I think that's a really good point. I think Metallica does it on purpose. They know this is going to irk people, and they just do it anyway because they don't care. Ulrich. Don't say Ulrich. It's going to piss people off, right? Last thing on that, the recording sessions and the tensions. Of course, with Metallica, there's recording tension, right? Usually it takes them a really long time to record things. During the recording sessions, there are instances of heated arguments, with Lars admitting at one point Lou Reed challenged him to a street fight.
I would have paid good money for a Lou Reed Lars Ulrich street fight.
Yeah.
Or a tag team match with the two of them and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Yeah. What is that like? How does that start? Now you listen to me, sucker.
I don't think anybody said sucker. It's probably like, hey, man.
I'm in, you son of a bitch. The third thing that really pissed off Metallica fans, removing Jason Newsted's bass on Injustice for All. His playing was mixed so low that it was nearly inaudible.
Why did they do that?
But this happened right after Cliff Burton died, the Metallica bass player. And so they felt it was like they were mourning him by releasing this recording without a lot of bass on it. But the problem is you hired a bass player.
Yeah, what the hell?
So it's not the most kind thing to the new guy.
Yeah, I think I didn't see that here. It was more of a preference. They did it on purpose. They aimed for a dry in your face sound, and they thought that newer generation bands would appreciate. But when you listen to it, there's friggin' no bass. They'll lower the bass in the mix, and I just think it's lame.
I mean, for bass in the metal genre, and we can probably cut this out. It's gonna piss a lot of people off. I could give a shit, honestly, about metal bass. You're playing essentially barely audible noise. You're playing the roots or the guitar part, just an octave lower, and the guitar's already in drop C. So who cares? Honestly, you can't hear it. It's beyond the realm of human perception. I do like Les Claypool metal funk bass, and even Flea, which is funk metal-ish bass.
Hold on a second. You are getting animated, my friend.
I mean, because it's just
You've got a sweater on?
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while, and it's like,
You
oh
got a
no, they
sweater
dropped
on.
the bass out of the mix. It's like, so what? Like, who cares? Like, I'm not mad enough to be listening to Metallica. No, I mean, but no, it was like,
Holy smokerino!
like if they dropped like the shreddy that stuff out, like you would notice that.
okay.
But like, then play something like worth playing. Then don't just play the guitar line. That's my take on it.
If you went to the mastering session and you heard the final mix and your guitar was totally taken out, you would have some beef.
Well, yeah, sure. It's like when I watch episodes of this show, and I'm like not in it.
It is my show, and nobody can take it away from me.
That's fine.
Why don't you have something more important to say? Like, this is good. You had a little tantrum, and
not at all.
there's more tantrum coming. Kevin, if you have an issue with not being on the show enough, why don't you say something more interesting and educational?
That was just a side observation. I could care less if you cut out all my commentary.
I'm gonna paste like a picture of Meme Guy on your head.
That's fine.
We'd like to thank Meme Guy for
Stonks.
coming here today. Thank you, Meme Guy. That's it. That's all we got for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. It helps our channel out immensely. Every single week we do a deep dive into artists and songs just like this. Please join us next week for something equally as entertaining. Thank you.